like the interval of the pulses. This is going to give you heart rate or pulse rate. So this is called PPG, photo plethysmography. So where plethysma means enlargement. So in this context, it means enlargement of arteries. So PPG essentially means using light to detect enlargement of arteries. So, and the waveform you see is the PPG waveform, and the first parameter you can extract is heart rate. And can we extract anything from the amplitude of the AC component? Does the amplitude of the AC component tell you anything? So the AC component is coming from, your pulse added volume of arterial blood is coming from arterial blood. So does this amplitude tell you anything? Go ahead.
Is there like one amplitude, or do the different heartbeats, like the S1 and S2?
Yeah, it can change over time. But this is kind of like a steady state. When you have a stable physiology, but it can change over time. Okay, so when you look at this amplitude, what can we get here?
Heart pressure.
Heart pressure. That's a good point. So we are actually going to mention that.
Or blood pressure, sorry.
Oh yeah. We will do that actually in one of your quizzes, but that's a very good point. And what else can we get? So our blood carries oxygen by hemoglobin, depending on whether hemoglobin is oxygenated or deoxygenated. Do you have anything to add?
So does this have something to do with SpO2, like the higher the amplitude?
Correct. So, depending on how the percentage of oxygenated hemoglobin, the amplitude will be different. So because oxygenated and deoxygenated hemoglobins have different absorption properties. So the AC component can tell you about SpO2, where P refers to peripheral oxygen saturation. This is the oxygen saturation of your arterial blood in where it's it goes from central to peripheral. So this technique is called pulse oximetry. Pulse oximetry is a special type of PPG. It uses the same waveform, but it extracts your SpO2. That's the AC component. Then we also have the DC component. The DC component consists of a lot of different contributions. But this is the overall absorption of your tissue. This is the overall absorption of your tissue. So if we look at the DC component, we will be able to get the overall oxygen saturation of tissue, STO2, T as in tissue. So the DC component is the overall, the DC component tells you the overall oxygen saturation of tissue, aka STO2. And to extract information from the DC component, we use a technique called near-infrared spectroscopy, NIRS. And NIRS uses very similar hardware, that used in pulse oximetry. So, so this is the kind of the key message I want you to take away from today's class. So, so there are three. I mentioned, three different techniques. What does PPG measure? PPG measures heart rate, and pulse oximetry measures
SpO2.
SpO2, and the NIRS measures
SCO2.
Yeah. Okay. This is a key takeaway you want to bring home today. All right. So just a little bit more information on hemoglobin. So when hemoglobin is oxygenated, it carries 4 oxygen molecules and has bright red color. And when hemoglobin is deoxygenated, it doesn't carry any oxygen molecules.